Um, good afternoon, Virtual Village Hall. So this week is Men's Health Week. And as you can see, this live is titled Why Men Should Meditate. And this is something that is very personal to me, very much a hot topic in my life. As, to be honest, it was meditation that saved me. So when I was younger, I developed severe mental health problems, depression, anxiety, and you can possibly attribute every condition to some stage in my teenage years. And this led to me being homeless. I ended up living in my car, and I was in a very bad way. I developed quite a unknown mental health problem known as Cotard's delusion. And there's a few different forms of Cotard's delusion, but the form that I had is essentially that I believed that I was already dead. So this reality, this experience that I'm in, I believed it was all a dream. And I genuinely believed every single day that my real body was actually dying in a car crash, and this experience was a dream, was sort of a conjuring of my last few minutes of brain activity. And much like how time is different in a dream, I believed I was living out the rest of my life in a dream, in my dying body, essentially. And this plagued me for quite a few years. It was very debilitating. I would say that I feel that I probably lost a good 5 years of my life to mental health. In that time period, there was no moving forward with anything. It was a complete standstill. And, if I'm honest, it was headed for a very short ending for my life. It wouldn't have been a happy ending by any means. But fortunately, with good fortune, more than anything, good fortune and luck, I stumbled across meditation and just gave it a chance. It was one of those things I just thought, well, I'm not doing myself any harm. I need to be at least finding some way out of this prison, this trap that my mental health was. And so I started exploring meditation. And meditation is a very challenging practice. People approach it and they think if they can't do it straight away, then they can't do it. But meditation, pretty much like anything else, is a skill. Meditation is a skill that, you have to practice, do it every single day until you get the hang of it, until you understand it, until it starts actually really working for you. And this was like, I don't know, 12, 13 years ago now. So there wasn't all the meditation apps and everything that there is nowadays. So there was no teachers in the area offering meditation. It was very inaccessible, actually. It was very hard to discover anything about it. But, through reading books and just experimenting in every possible way that I could, eventually I discovered what meditation was about. And, it saved me, to be honest. If it wasn't for meditation, I wouldn't have been able to get a handle on my mental health issues. And even when I started to really understand meditation and it was benefiting me, it still took a good few years before it really got to the point where I was sort of able to say, okay, I'm no longer suffering with these mental health problems. And so, I would say that if it wasn't for meditation, I wouldn't be here. And it really was meditation that set me on this journey of obviously becoming first of all, a meditation teacher, and then a yoga teacher, and then getting into further practices after that, which has obviously led to me being who I am today, and what I do, and being here on the Virtual Village Hall. And mental health is a big topic, a very complicated topic. There's a lot of nuance, between every single person. There's different reasons for experiencing these mental health issues. But meditation really can be not necessarily the cure-all, but definitely a powerful tool in coping with these struggles, coping with these problems. Simply because, mental health is a mental affliction, a mental condition. And when we start taking care of our mental health, when we start doing practices that teach us how to step outside of the mind and redirect our attention and our energy in a different way, then we start to remove the energy source, the fuel to the fire, that can be our mental health problems. And obviously the topic for today's session is, men's health and why men should meditate. And fortunately, being a man, I'm in a position to say something on this topic in respect of, men's mental health is quite prolific, quite a serious thing. It's when you look at the statistics and everything, men's mental health is something that needs to be addressed. And the reason for this is that, there's a impression that men should be strong, that they should be, these tough male figures. And for some reason, that means that there's no room to show emotion, no room to be sad or upset, no room to cry, which, for some reason has sort of been given the characteristic of weakness. And so you have all these men unable to be sad, unable to express their sorrows, and this develops into a frustration and an anger. And again, this is speaking from experience. That anger becomes a burning coal deep inside of us that just starts burning us from the inside. And sometimes we'll go through life with this burning coal inside of us, and we'll experience something that throws petrol onto that burning coal, and it erupts into flames, and it's a very damaging experience, and we make a lot of mistakes and commit a lot of errors. And so it's very much necessary to understand that meditation can help you to deal with these moments, deal with these experiences and these situations which would be fuel to the fire, in allowing us to essentially cool off, really, and to even recognize and admit that there is a burning coal inside of us that needs to be addressed before we completely burn ourselves out.